Hey, look at that. Centralized. So now we have thick, heavy-duty gloves, normal-duty gloves, and I still have nowhere to put them. I need one of those little, like, hanger things. Then something to... Ooh, that'd be a thing for one day. I think for right now, though, I don't want them living here because they constantly get in the way. Need a knife sharpener. Tungsten. Does a great job. You don't have to do any of that spitting on a stone and rubbing it around or the pulling blocks or any of that crap they sell you online. Yes, you can technically mess up an edge, but I don't because I just ride along the edge and just keep it nice and smooth. I have no idea where these gloves are going to go. I think I'll put them in here. If you hear noise, that's because you, the microphone, are in there. And I, which is a cabinet. The reason I put it in the cabinet is it kind of isolates the sound until I do put things in the cabinet, and then it makes this horrible like sound like I'm in your ear. So enjoy. Ooh, this is our new storage kit. Stackable mini storage, which is supposed to go somewhere over here. Actually, it's supposed to go where all that stuff is, right there, where I just put that thing, because I can't put it here. There's in the way. This is where over here is where the sprinkler system comes in. I don't mind that. I do mind that it's like right where I want to put this thing. And I think this thing's pretty big, actually. How tall is this thing? Bin sizes. It doesn't really tell you how big it is. It's 5 by 4. Oh. No, that's only 4. It's a puzzle. Actually, I don't have to use the rack. I can just stack these little buddies any way I want. Yeah. Whoa. That is a little scary, though. I think they're also wall mountable, though. Yeah, it looks like they're wall mountable. I could totally do that. I could just put them in other places. If only I had more walls. Which I do have some wall space. A lot of it's cabinets, which is really handy until you realize that the stuff you want to put into cabinets is not storage bins and screws and stuff. And I need a place for that to live. What I was going to do is I've got another bracket. I was going to put a bracket and a bracket over there, and I have a couple of shelf tops. I was going to put another shelf top over here, which would give me a little bit more workspace, and it'd be a place for those bins to live. Like I could just stack them up there in the corner, and I really kind of need that. So I might just save this for another day and just keep it organized by putting it over there, because that's organized. But at least it will remind me that this is where I want it to live. Remember, the goal isn't perfection today, as if perfection's ever been my goal. The goal is to just make enough space that I can rebuild a carburetor and you guys can see what I'm doing. I think I want to have, like, maybe figure out a way to put a over-the-top camera. You know what I mean? And then maybe a wide angle. Because everybody likes my nice wide-angle shots. Wide angle. And I'll probably not do it in sleep pants because, as it turns out, sleep pants just aren't that good looking. Although I don't really care. I mean, the whole point is to just get it done. Those go in there. Tool bags. I have so many tool bags. If you need a tool bag, let me know. I will not send you a tool bag. I will keep them forever, though. and eventually use them once and then declare victory. So let's put them over here into long-term storage. Where I keep things that I'm just not organizing. Pretty much like the rest of the garage. That's my strap bag. Man, if you ever need to tow something and you don't have a bag that's just full of like tie-down straps that you take with you, you're doing it wrong. Always have a tie-down bag. Alright, that goes in the house. I think I mentioned that earlier. These rattle cans go with the other rattle cans. We painted the hubcaps on my son's car because they were kind of fleeking off when we got it, and actually they were flaking really bad. They didn't have any paint on them. They had a ton of like brake dust on the plastic, and they were just really ugly. But you know, I'm not gonna buy wheels for a high school car. So I was like, well, we're gonna reuse the hubcaps, because if we don't reuse the hubcaps, we're gonna lose the shop. We're going to reuse the hubcaps because, it just keeps the car looking stock. The whole point is it's a high school car. I got a really good deal on it. A really nice lady. It only had 52,000 miles on it when I bought it, which is really low for a 2004 Pontiac. But that's because it was owned by her mom, and her mom was just getting too old to drive. So yes, it is a full-size Pontiac sedan. And it is 4-door, and no, it doesn't have tinted windows or any of the fun stuff like that. It's very basic, and the whole point is, I don't want him to get in over his head or anything like that. And I certainly can't afford any fancy car for him to have that he would, probably not appreciate. Not that he's not an appreciative kid. It's just, people don't always appreciate things the way they should when they're in high school. I know I didn't. Holy smokes. No, I did not. My dad got me an 84 Oldsmobile Cutlass. Gray blue. While it was a fantastic car, it was no speed demon. It did look nice. That was the one thing about it. It's like, you're not getting by the fact that was a good looking car. Yes, a lot of people call them G cars now, and not just because they're G bodies, but because people like to put the big wheels on them and make them all fabulous. Some of them even get the cool paint jobs like Kit Kat and stuff like that. I actually kind of like that stuff, the wagon wheeling look. But yeah, most people just look at me funny when I say, oh, that's the car I had when I was in high school. But that car had low mileage on it, and I think I put 50,000 miles on that car before it spun a main bearing, because it leaked oil. I shouldn't say it leaked oil. The carburetor was like an electronic feedback model that didn't work, and so the metering valve was stuck always wide open, so it thought that it was full throttle, even though it was still using the throttle valve to control itself. So long story short, there was always gas in the oil, which didn't really matter because the thing had no front or rear main seal to speak of. So it was constantly leaking oil, and I was constantly adding oil. So much oil. So I used to joke that it would lubricate itself with gas and ran on engine oil. But it didn't smoke. That was the funny thing, is it didn't smoke. It was just leaking oil on the ground. Like, if you ever wanted a car that you knew where you parked it, even if somebody stole it, that was the car. Like, it marked its territory. But, it ran great. Used it for playing baseball and stuff like that. It was, all in all, a good first car. But, again, I probably didn't appreciate it like I should have. And that's the high school dilemma. And I know lots of kids that had fancier cars that their parents got them. And to be honest, I don't think any of us appreciated our cars. the way we should, or the way we do now. When you're young, it's all about just like having fun. And we forget about the other stuff. Although that's not entirely true. We just forget to care. Oh, let's take a short break. Come right back.